Welcome Year 9 to our next tutorial on assembling your Google Cardboard. So at the moment what you can see is a series of the 3 parts of the Google Cardboard that have now been laser cut out of our corrugated cardboard. Remember, if we're looking at the side of our corrugated cardboard, we've got the liner on the top, the liner on the bottom and the flute inside there to give it a bit more strength and stability. Also what I'm using today are my 2 biconvex lenses, okay, and again those I'm going to leave the wrapper on for today's demonstration, but when you're ready you can peel those off. For this demonstration I'm going to use a glue stick, but you will probably want to use a glue gun for a more secured seal when you're assembling up your product. And finally, if I need to, I've got some masking tape here for later on. So the first thing you're going to need to do, if I just move these pieces out the side, is you've got to very carefully just fold your Google Cardboard that has been laser cut. Be careful because there are some areas where there's a little bit more tension, such as this one over here. Just be careful as you're folding that and be gentle, as these do take a while just to get processed for a class. So once you've got all your Google Cardboard pieces all folded gently, then you need to start assembling those. So just like with the prototype, you start off with this piece over at the side here, and you're looking for that goggle kind of shape, which is this one over here. You then, on top of there, place this one over the top like so. And then if you remember from our prototyping lesson, we then place the smallest one that sits right at the top. And this time, this piece over here is going to go one and fold over like that. Okay, so I'm going to deal with this one first. Let's move those to one side. I'm going to take my glue, open that up, and I'm going to add a strip of glue onto there, and then glue that along like this. 2 fingers, press on, just give it a moment just to adhere, and that's ready. So go back to this. Next bit, I'm going to apply some glue around here. Again, if you do make a mistake, you've got a bit of time with a glue stick just to rectify mistakes, but once you go over to using your glue gun, there's no turning back from there without ripping the liner of the cardboard. Again, match it up. And again, apply a little bit of pressure just while that's drying. Next, our final layer, a bit more glue. Over we go. And then we're going to add in this with this sealed piece on there. Again, try and line it up. Looks like it still needs a bit of time to stick on there. And that's your first part done. Whilst that's drying, I'm just going to add a little bit of masking tape just to seal it on, just to hold it in position temporarily. But once you're using the glue gun, folks, once you stick it down, it's going to be holding there on a more permanent basis. Okay. Right, the next bit. This section over here is where we're going to be placing in our lenses. So on our prototype model, we just folded, and then brought across like this. Today, however, we're going to pop those lenses in. I'm just going to hold them in temporarily today. So I'm going to pop them inside there, and again, I'm just using a little bit of masking tape just to give you an impression of what they would look like. So I'm going to take a little bit of tape, and I'm just going to seal that in for the moment temporarily, and again, just on the other side temporarily, just so you can see what it's going to look like over there. With experience with these Google Cardboards, you may need to adjust like the lenses depending on which device you're using here. So I'm going to take that across, and you'll notice as soon as I seal that in, it holds the lenses in comfortably. And again, a little bit of glue on here, seal it in, and then fold the whole thing across and give it a decent press. Same across and up. I'm going to bob that there. With a glue gun, folks, a nice line of glue on there and seal that one up. And then we'll take the 2 sides in, this side and this side, and adhere those on as well. You can start to see the front fascia now of the Google Cardboard coming together. Take the top plate. Remember, it's going to go over and round. And again, adhere under here. The 2 flaps, this one here and this one here, will now need some glue to hold those down in place, like so and like so. Then lift up the whole item, place down, place round, and then we're going to take that box, I'm going to take that to the side like that and that. And that is your completed and assembled Google Cardboard. Just again, make sure you're nice and firm when you're adding on the glue gun and then sealing that in place. And that's it for the moment. Thank you.